Hello, welcome back to a very sick astropub. My name is Paul, Berserker01, Batman Shelley, humble host and space bartender here at the Astropub. Your space bar at the end of the universe. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. We got a good one for you. Hold on. Gotta fix this. There you go. How y'all doing? Now physically, yeah. Oh. I watched Aliens, finally. Hope your tum-tum feels better or whatever it was. It's not my tum-tum. It was definitely my, my head, though. It was my, let me go. It was, fever, throat. I wonder if any obscure sci-fi movies will be referenced. Possibly. I mean, we're definitely going to talk about Aliens and Alien. We're going to talk about Blade Runner. I'm seeing a lot of Jumpy on the preview side here. Are you seeing Jumpies as well? Smooth, a little. Let's give it a few moments. So many references. I finally watched Alien and Aliens, but I was sick, so I don't remember everything. I've consumed enough media around Alien and Aliens to know it, and I mean, fully watched them. Sat down and really watched them, and my answer is still, they're good. Not my kind of movie, but they're fine. The acting and the score carry a lot of it. I mean, everyone knows. Well, there's more than two. They mostly come at night. Mostly, there's we're game over, man. We're screwed. Game over, man. There's I say we take off and nuke him from orbit. It's the only way to be sure. Get away from her, you bitch. Like, I mean, there's lots of them.
Space suit. You can even take away my space lasers.
No pew-pews.
But you can never
Most of those are from Aliens, though, not from Alien.
take away my space game.
Iris Dread Tide just resubscribed for 35 months. Kuvi Pretas and giving perspective on the la extra lizard. Kuvi Pretas restarigi wine attend on the la ciutaga alla plaj oltage lizard. The Impresa lizard, Nacredabla lizard, Geese Nacampebla lizard crusader vocals. Kuvi nur volas pasigila tagan saltetont inter nuboj kun la lizard, omal strishiji apadla senfina lizard the green circle. Kun navadoj alvanantaj siutage, kion vi attenders? Benu, visitu lizard la lizard en la nuboj. Transgender pride, transgender pride, transgender pride, transgender pride.
Thank you so much, Iris. You're a very important pupper. Very impressive, Mr. Rating Pedestrian. You rock. Shots and cheers in chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. Having to roll back my GPU update to play Star Citizen is concerning. It's because CIG is using easy anti-cheat. It's not necessarily a Star Citizen problem. It's an easy anti-cheat, and it's interactions with AMD. Unless there's something different. EAC sucks. Nobody likes EAC. I was mad when CIG chose them, but it is what it is at this point. This is not Zanuvo? Yeah, it could be worse. We can't update EAC, only CIG can do. It's definitely a CIG problem. It only happens on AMD processors. So it's a thing with EAC and AMD, not Star Citizen, as far as I know.
Them biddies.
Are you doing your duty in making the world just a little more cursed? I encourage people giving away money to say, who wants their wallet receipt filled? I'm doing my part. Are you? Do you want to know more?
Making the verse just a little more cursed. I encourage people giving away money to who wants their wallet to see filled. I'm getting an AMT card in a couple weeks. I'm already downloading 4 drivers because it looks like everyone has been rotating these 4. Yeah. I'm downloading the PTU, but I'm not gonna play it. Do I remember the alien? Yes, I remember the alien from Alien. That's a completely great way of putting that. Responded, Dad. Generally speaking, that's the most healthy way to approach Stream. My name is Paul Berserker01 Batman Shelley, your humble host and space bartender here at the Astropub, your space bar at the end of the universe. Sit back, relax, enjoy the show. We got a good one for you. How y'all doing? How was your stream? Oh.
You can take away my spaceship.
Spaceship.
You can take away my space suit.
Suit.
You can even take away my space lasers. But you can never, ever take away my space game.
Need some cockfighting.
Thorn123400 just resubscribed for 5 months. Hope you have a great stream and hope you get better soon.
Thank you, Thorn, for that 5 months. You're very important, powerful, very impressive, very pedestrian. This is your fault. There's your drinking night. Shots and cheers in chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. How am I? I'm getting over a flu. I've had it for the last week.
You can take away my spaceship. You can take away my space suit.
Suit.
You can even take away my space lasers.
No pews.
But you can never,
Never.
ever
Ever.
take away my space game.
Wahoo127 just resubscribed for 51 months.
Thank you so much for that. 51 months of support there, Wahoo. You're very important, Papa. Very impressive, Mr. Very pedestrian. This is your fault. You're drinking night. Drinking night. Shots and cheers in chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. Not the spicy flu, as far as I know. There's really not a lot of difference, honestly. At this point, breaking the game at the end of the year for half the crowd is normal. Because CIG has to put in something new and shiny at the end of the year to show that they're doing progress. We'll see if CIG can keep it up. The cynical side of me says CIG does this every year. They end of the year being like, "Look, see, we're actually doing work," and then they don't do fuck all for the rest of the next year, and then cram 6 months of updates into 1 month, break the game, and then be like, "See, we're doing work" every year. Ugh. I've already gone through all the steps and tricks, but if you order extra spicy Thai food, that usually clears everything out. Yeah, in both ways. Sweet, thanks for coming in. You're good. Yeah, I understand, 100% there, Sizzner. Hey, Mystician. And Iris.
Mystician just gifted 4 subs.
Thank you for giving those 4 subs. You're very important, Papa. Very impressed, Mr. Very production. You rock. Shots and cheers in chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. I'm gonna have to take some more medicine here in a moment.
Drinks all around.
Let's party like it's your birthday. Party like it's your birthday. Come on and put your lips together. Blow the candle out. Party like it's your birthday. Party like it's your birthday. I wanna make you feel real special. Put your name in lights. We are gonna party like it's your birthday. Gonna party like it's your birthday. Gonna party like it's your birthday.
Citizen Her just got a sub from Eris Dread Type. Eris Dread Type gifted a tier 1 sub to Citizen Her. They have given 110 gift subs in the channel.
Thank you so much for that. They give that to Citizen Her, and thank you, Mystician, for giving those 4 subs. You're very important, Papa. Very impressive, Mr. Very beautiful pedestrian. You rock. Shots and cheers in chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. Nah, I'm fine. I'm at the stage where it's mostly nose draining. So it's either draining backwards or draining forwards. But that's it. I was amused the more I saw that all the NPCs in the verse seemed to default to Castac arms guns more than anything else. That's been the case for a while, and the reason why is actually pretty clear, at least in fiction. And as remember, the fiction is written to justify the gameplay, not the other way around. So Castac arms were always designed to be the common as dirt, everyone has one sort of weapon. They're supposed to be the simple, like, white drop guns. The ones that every level 1 mob have. How we doing? I'm alright. Still getting over a cold, but... Hey, Q-Pan. Quipan. Either way, it's because they haven't updated their EAC, which might be evident in the influx of AUECLA. I don't know. Have you reported it? Do we know that they haven't updated the EAC? This is the first time I've heard about that. It wasn't always the case, though. I'm hoping that's it's a little more lore-informing the game design a bit. I'll respect them when they zero their damn sights. Ah. This. Nice topic. Yeah, well, I mean, it was suggested by Nightcob that we just sit down and talk movies. And I figured it would be a good topic just to talk about the movies that influenced Star Citizen and the Star Citizen universe. Yeah, it's been reported, been going around for most of IAE. The issue is the AMD driver being seen, and AMD is unverified. Well, no, Chief Danny A, is saying that CIG hasn't updated EAC on their end. It is interesting to see the Karna lose its space AK status for the actual space AK. That wasn't always the case, though. I'm hoping it's the lore informing the game design a bit. I don't know, maybe. I think it's more game design reinforcing itself. Fortnite's one of the games affected by EAC, so that should hurry AMD up. Oh, so Fortnite is also affected by the same thing. I'm not a fan of either extreme. Neither the here's a gun, do crime, or the face the wall variety are my thing. It's actually kind of funny because I think the you're gonna see the Karna used more often than the Spake K. Yeah. At this point, it wouldn't do anything but either make my nose more runny or blow my back out in the most unenjoyable way possible. Only 20? Did I say something about 20? I'm only at 26%, yeah. You know it, baby. And not the fun blow my back out way. Well, unless you're German, then I think that's a pretty fun way, apparently, for the Germans. If you believe the internet. I'm okay. I'm past the worst of it. It's now just going to be me feeling drippy and my nose being clogged for the next couple of days before it clears all out. Which is nuts because Castec arms are amazing. Castec arms are one of those, I need to do another video on them because I haven't done a video on them in a while that sort of breaks down like why they're so cool. What internet am I on? Fast internet. Why? Is there some issues? Is anybody else having issues? Because I saw some issues earlier. I can restart the stream if need be, but I don't want to do it if I'm already doing so much. Oh, you're talking to the... Oh, I guess you're saying the prisoner. How you doing, Fire Rat Kibble? No issues on your end? Okay. It'll be interesting to see how CIG takes 4-5 going forward. I was unfortunate to be linked a video from I'm not going to mention his name because it would draw more attention to him than he deserves, from somebody who was who's pretty infamous for bad hot takes. And it's not anyone you know, probably, hopefully, about engineering. And one of the things they said was very interesting because they hated engineering. Like, just say like it was nothing but a dog pile and how engineering is shit and awful, and CIG is stupid and that kind of thing. Ironically, not set to any footage of Star Citizen, by the way. I was talking about the engineering design brief, and the thing that he pointed out as stupid is actually something that's pointed out that I think is important, which is CIG mentioned a captain role in Star Citizen. And far beyond me from saying, oh, it's just going to be a roleplay thing, I'm interested in seeing what CIG does, like, because they said captain role. What is the captain role, CIG? What is your idea of what a captain role should be? Cloudflare, I think there's a connection probably with Goatsy as well as EAC. I will say communication and coordination tools are sorely lacking. That's for sure. That's fine, Red Marine. I've heard things about him that I never needed to know about him, based on what other people have told me about his past. Apparently he has a past with even like with Space Tomato, apparently. I was like, okay. To be honest, there's like so many things in Star Citizen. There's good bones in engineering. It just has some odd balancing emphasis. Complete batshit balancing is what I think people have called it. Yes, that's entirely what I was saying there, Knowledge. And not that I'm curious as to what CIG's role for captain's role is going to be. Alex, I get what you're saying. Captain roles are already useful. We need somebody to coordinate, to be the brain behind the chaos. Generally speaking, that's the case, but the captain also needs to have access to that information. Like, I would argue CIG probably needs to give captain seats an actual function. Bro, what the fuck are you doing? You think we're gonna make 150 million? I don't know. Let's take a look at the
Capsule now approaching station.
So they've made 7 million so far. Their best year of funding was last year, which was 19 million. But then again, Invictus sort of like, or not Invictus, what is it called? IAE kind of was like partially into December, like a week into December. So at least part of that Invictus money went into December.
Capsule now approaching station. Stand clear of disembarking passengers.
We're at 147 mil.
The capsule will be leaving the station momentarily.
I don't know if we were going to get 20 million. I think 3 million before the end of the year is quite easily doable. Hard work gets nothing. Do it with purpose. We know there's a ship coming, for sure. And the patch always goes. Let's see what they have in here then. I need these posters, man. I fucking need these posters. This is my favorite. I need this. Like 1,000% need this. I need to find these files.
Take away my spaceship. You can take away my space suit. You can even take away my space laser.
These are fucking
But you can
amazing.
Ever take away my space game.
Northern Tech Her just resubscribed for 12 months. Patches come and go, but lore remains eternal.
Thank you so much there, Northern Tech Hermit, for that 12 months of support. You're very important, Papa, very specific, very pedestrian. This is your fault. The return drinking night. Shots and cheers in chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. Do not have scopes. They don't have scopes here? Wow, okay. Weird. Oh, no, it does. It just does gammas. No, I don't have any mods. Up. They sell the magazine, not the rifle. You sell the rifle. There we go. God, everyone's freaking out. How am I feeling? Better. Feeling better. Yes! That was a bug a while ago. You could punch components and break them. I'm glad that that's still a bug. They've changed the display settings on here, I think. Maybe just because they're using the new... Maybe because I'm using the new... Vulkan API. All right. Tried on my Persine 4.5 and Quantum Drive caught it on fire. Excellent, excellent. All right, weapons. And do. That should be fine. Wait, I need another scope on this thing. Do. Backpack. Perfect. All right, let's see what they got. Try that one. You think physicalized legs, arms, and core are not too far off now that we have helmets? I possibly. I think the helmets thing comes from the fact that it's a,
Capsule now approaching station. Stand clear of disembarking passengers.
From
Capsule
Squadron.
now approaching station momentarily. Stand clear of disembarking passengers.
I think they're still going to
The
be
capsule
combined.
will be leaving the station momentarily.
Anthony. taunt that to his friends. I was reading the loading screen about the implications about possibility of the UEE reversing the decision to claim Nix and what would be cool global event for it. I mean, honestly, no one's gonna like my answer because my answer is going to end up pissing off a lot of folks. Did it just not have my stuff anymore?
Welcome to the ASOP Vehicle Retrieval System.
Let's go with Cutlass Black. Always a good choice.
Vehicle selected. Stand by. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
PvP versus PvPvE would be my response to it.
Your vehicle has been moved.
You have a situation where the UEE sends in some sort of military force. So how are they going to ride up the UAE getting their ass handed to them? Only if the PvP clans decide to back the UEE. Man, this is broken as fuck. Maybe I'm just not seeing it properly. There it is. Even though they're probably like, the good and noble UEE wants to annex Nix to protect it from the evil Vandul and the evil pirates and the sinister commies. I just feel like the if they were gonna do an actual standoff, where players should have a say in that for sure. And if they're going to have an actual standoff for that, that would be a PvEVP event. Where the players decide who to back. I, of course, would be backing Nix because the same reason why I don't like the CFP. The People's Alliance of Levski have been here far longer. This is their home. The UE abandoned it when they wanted to. Now suddenly it's got resources. They want to come in and take it. That's not how this fucking works. Huh.
Landing complete.
Okay. I have to exit the main menu for this one. You don't need the PvP orgs, you need the sweats. Those are almost always the same, though. Yeah. UE wants to take it, and that's how this works. I mean, historically, that's how it works, but not always should work. Exactly. And this is fantasy. So for once, I would love the fantasy of the little guy standing up against the Imperial power and actually winning. Not that it never happens. But not without prolonged guerrilla warfare and lots of death and possibly genocide. I think all fighters for the People's Alliance should start wearing brown dusters. Aim to misbehave. I mean, all I'm going to say is I want CIG to give me a reason to charge my Perseus at a fucking bangle, and and try to and death before dishonor it. Yeah, power your coolers is the important part. That's a bug, I'm assuming, though. You know what I'm going to say? It without the Mortal Kombat movies, Star Citizen wouldn't have existed. I have no proof of this, but I know it in my soul. I agree with you, Led. 100%.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been declared hazardous.
Without Chris Roberts' parents, Star Citizen / Watch 142 wouldn't have existed. That is also true. And suddenly all the brown dusters disappear from shops. I think that would be a logical conclusion to any conflict between Nyx and the UEE, would be a Vanduul invasion. No matter who wins, the Vanduul will come in, taking advantage of the chaos. Exactly. The only reason why the Vandals showed up in Nyx is because the Shattered Blade started fucking with them. And it's not like the Vandal are attacking the Shattered Blade because of like some, like, oh, you fucked with us, now we want to fight you. It's more of a, oh, you want to fuck with us, now we get to fight you, you know? It would be a great global event. But I think a lot of people would be pissed because it would necessitate winners and losers. Like, I'm under no belief that we would actually be able to beat the UEE. That's not the point. The point of siding with Nyx against the UEE in that sort of situation isn't because we're going to win, but because, god damn it, someone has to stand up. That's the other thing, is it would require CIG to actually let us have a loser. Which, you know, they're completely resistant to. Because everyone needs to have a good time. Because this is a fucking hug box and not a fucking video game. That's weird. No, it's like one of my entire sticks is completely fucked. It's like it's not connected at all. I might have to restart the computer. Because it's definitely connected. I'm seeing it being connected. And I see it being connected on that side, too. Hold on, chat. Newsflash for 4-5 says headhunters took over Frontier Fighter Outpost. What outpost, CIG? What outpost? Exactly. All right, I'm going to restart the computer. May not be able to play today, but we'll see. Frontier Fighters didn't have fucking outposts in the Nyx system, or in the Pyro system, or in the Stanton system. As far as we know. All right, I'm gonna put on some music. I'll be right back, chat. Your fun button should be open. Yeah, it should be. So on. I'll be right back. Even if we side with Nyx and we lose, the UEE will have to deal with the reality of thousands of their own citizens and civilians rose up against and voted with our guns. Goddamn right.
Weapons
I guess that's just the Texan in me.
I love democracy.
Stand by for Titanfall. Stand by for Titanfall.
Everybody and his dog calls himself an outlaw.
I'm just an old-fashioned cowboy.
I like money. Stand by for Titanfall.
Mission complete. Burrito I eat. There you go.
I love democracy.
Good news, everyone. Genesis.
Stop it. Get some help.
Burrito I eat. There you go.
I'm wary of the community being able to influence things. I think the community having a choice between like two options that are pre-sanctioned by CIG is the best way of actually dealing with solutions. Because you're not telling the CIG, you're not telling players aren't telling the game the CIG, oh wait, hey, this is the detailed lore I want you to create. What you're doing is basically giving them an option to which way the final decision would go. I know a lot of people think I'm crazy for that, but I know but that stuff matters. I could not honestly tolerate the People's Alliance having horrors visited upon them by the enthusiastic Star Citizen community. All right. Fix this real quick. Okay, both of them are on. I'm gonna run Arena Commander first. See if it's working. I think there's enough people who would fight and die for Levski, honest. I think there's a lot of people who just, the amount of people who wanted to back Xenothreat, not because they agreed with Xenothreat, but because they fucking hated the UEE, tells me there'd be a lot of people who are like, yeah, fuck the government. Wait, my choice is to fight the government? People will be like, yes, I too would like to fornicate with the government. Though we certainly don't know what the fallout will be. We're given a choice to back CFP or HH and Frontier Fighter Front Alley. A choice between, I mean, yeah, and we backed the Headhunters. The Headhunters won. Because the Headhunters are based. And or awesome. And or fuck the man. That's all I gotta say. The problem is, unless they go full unrealistic, even if the UE took Levski, there'd be a full-fledged insurgency. The UE would be fighting a war for every inch of Nyx. Yeah, I mean, it would be the Battle of Levski, would be the, or Nyx 1. Likely that would be more likely. It's that the battle would be less about Levski and more about Nyx 1. If I was to put myself in the shoes of CIG, all right, I'm gonna real quick. ASAP, are you doing, buddy? I would support the Headhunters if they didn't kill sentient alien species, sell it as a commodity, and destroy humanitarian aid transport ships. Are we talking about the CFP or Headhunters? Let's just do this. Free flight and map.
Aegis combat system activated.
Okay, so that fixed it. I gotta options, controls, flight. Yes, yes, yes. And yes, yes, yes. Okay, it's working. Okay, so, Paul, the People's Alliance only controls Levski, correct? The Gateway's residents are technically UEE, correct? I think they're still independent. People's Alliance is the only power in Levski, meaning they're the only ones that actually have an organized government. So most of the Glacium Ring, for instance, is controlled by Levski or by the People's Alliance by default. There are other forces in Levski. Obviously, CFP has a like influence in Nyx. So other forces in Nyx, I should say. There's the Moraine, who are sort of like a radical group. Radical smugglers and pirates. There's the Shattered Blade, obviously. You look at the F2 map, Stanton Gateway says it's owned by the CFP. Yeah, it probably is. I'd expect the UE to control all their border gateways, even if they did not care about the system. Not always. It's a matter of the cost. Because you got to remember, at the end of the day, the UEE is not a functioning government. It is an empire in decline. Nyx is a Terra jump point? I thought Nyx had a jump point to Hadrian. I thought it was Tohill, Hadrian, Pyro, and Castro are the 4 jump points. The next Stanton station is Terra. Going to the medical center? No, the Nyx, the Stanton Nyx one is Magnus. If we're going from Stanton to Nyx, it's that's the Magnus jump. I think they just reused assets, honestly, with the Nyx Stanton jump. It's supposed to be Castra, but I don't think they have the Castra labels yet. Most of this is copy-pasted because CIG, I'm not going to use the word lazy because that implies that they didn't do anything, but they are being very frugal with their with their reuse of assets. It's temporary anyways, yeah. I doubt they even know they have a specific markings because it's so old. It's all old at this point. CIG is doing the very typical developer thing where they're like, we're going to reuse assets and we'll come back and fix it when we have the time. They'll never have the time. There you go. Fucking A, I love this music. B, I love the trailer for this patch. It was so wonderful. It encapsulated what a lot of people like about Star Citizen in the first place, which is it's about exploration and being in space and doing cool stuff in space. Hopefully with your friends, but you know. Levski is home. All right? Levski was home. Let me put it this way. Levski is home until Berea comes in. All right? Then Berea is home. But Berea is not going to be home for another... Berea's not going to be in the game for another, like, 6 years. So until then, I will ride and die the PAL. Loran Berea? Magnus. It's the main planet of the Magnus system. Magnus 2, I think? Maybe Magnus 3. Headquarters of Drake. Borea. B-O-R-E-A. How's my weekend, pup? It's okay. I'm just getting over being sick. I think most people are gonna go to, Fuck me, okay. Oh, thank God. I thought I was gonna have to actually fight you.
Taking fire.
Yeah, you are. Come here, buddy. Just have to knock you out. Man, this thing is much less maneuverable than it used to be. Must have hit the power core. Oh, fuck me. Okay.
Shield system, is it?
Shit.
Contact.
How about some help over here?
Your buddy's dead. It's just you and me. Can you even die?
Son of a bitch.
Did you just come, or did you... did I hit you? What the fuck was that? What? That's some weird fucking psychological warfare, bud. He needs a moment. It's alright, Otaku. That was her, one of the grunts of all time. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to get a... Hopefully the package is small. I forgot to get a tractor beam.
Engines offline. Engines online.
Why are you flipping like this? Just turn you off, I guess.
Your systems are offline. Hello and welcome aboard your Drake interplanetary craft. Your systems are online.
There it goes. When I get out, it stops flipping. That's weird. I think it's probably input lag. TC, you know me. Ow. Do you think CIG will make missions for us with chosen factions to help hinder the terraforming of Nix 1? I have no idea. The likelihood of CIG coming up with new random factions is still pretty high, because they do that all the time. Oh yeah, Cuddy does have a tractor, that's true. Back to Levski.
Quantum drive is now on.
When you have a mixture of energy and ballistics, do you put the ballistics on weapons group 2? I typically do. I just haven't had the chance to go through and put everything away. We know Nix 1's going to be the main narrative. I think Nix 1's going to be the main narrative, and the Shattered Blade and the Van Duel is going to be the secondary narrative. Paul, do you think we should bomb the terraforming sites on Nix 1 if possible? I mean, I don't think it'll be able to, but yeah. I'm curious what medical armor sneak peek entails. I think CIG is trying to get their new system of like specialized armor in place. Because one of the things that I've seen a lot of people complain about is that the armor doesn't make a lot of sense, and the engineering doesn't make a lot of sense, and it's like a lot of this has to do with the fact that CIG is going off half-cocked, putting something in the game that should have been in the game 2 years ago, finally into the game so that they can justify it. Based off of that conversation they had with SEL, ISC, which we have to still do a video, we still have to watch when we do office hours on Monday, because I was sick on Thursday. Did Twitch turn the rate up it should be only once every 20 minutes. Twitch may have turned it up. Next one doesn't appear to have a name. Speaking of things community could do, wouldn't it be cool if CIG let us name it? I'd be totally okay with that, except for the fact you would have Planet make Planet Face. If CIG did some sort of like contest to name it, because what I would name it is very similar to what you would experience what other utopian communities have done in the past. Call it something like New Eden or Salvation. Woo! Ow. This is literally my hangar, assholes. You just have to leave it up to CIG's developers themselves and name it. But having some sort of contest where the CIG gets to filter out the best options and then have the community vote on the best options. Again, you need to take as much of the choice away from a
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following
from the community because they will troll you, but you still want to give them some choice. Avalon, Paradise, yeah. Gun. We should call it Gun. Bob. That's a deep cut if you know about Planet Bob. Says MPUV. Yeah, well, I still stand by MPUV. God damn it. You can't name a planet Bob. You're not the boss of Bob. You're not the king of Bob. You can't say what I can't name a planet. Is that a Titan AE reference? You goddamn right it is. Is that a Steiner planet? Walter Dunkler. Furschen Schattenwelt. Draconis Combine. Okay. That's why you see Let's CIG come with a short list. That's what I mean. It's like you would have a list of names that the community would suggest. CIG chooses the best names of that list. And then it's up to the community to decide on that list of names which one's the best. So that way CIG already has a list of pre-approved names that people have to decide. That would suck the fun out of a lot of folks who want the like to be a bunch of trolls.
To the ASOC vehicle retrieval system. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage. Please visit us again.
Alright, where do I gotta go? Oh, can I put this in the Dunkel, Valder, Dunkler, Fulsen, Scheitenwald. Wet World. Okay. The community will forever and always push to commit acts that will force regulations on themselves. Yeah, I think so. I don't know if that worked. That did not work. Players will, of course, to the marked drop-off point. Where's the marked drop-off point? It's 2.6 kilometers away. Bob has wild lore. I can imagine. I think those are inside the station. I think those are inside the station. At like which level though? There's players that would wipe Levski off the map that would, and that disturbs me. I mean, welcome to the human race. Half of us, about at any given time, about a third of all of humanity wants to kill you. We wouldn't bat an eye, you know, murdering you and your whole family and burning your whole town to the ground. It's like it's above. The heartening fact is that a third would want to help you, and then a third of them just doesn't give a shit.
Capsule now approaching station. Stand clear of disembarking passengers.
Is there a POW manifesto or mission statement or something similar? Yeah, there is somewhere.
Capsule will be leaving the station momentarily.
The gist is everyone has a right to self-expression and to be themselves. Done.
The capsule will be leaving the station momentarily. The capsule will be leaving the station momentarily.
It's still the same one. Like all perfect utopia communities, it's got its problems. The idea being there is at a certain point what is and isn't allowed to be said inside Levski. Municipal works down here? Oh, this is where the municipal works would be. Nice. Let's get out real quick. You can buy thermalware down in the refinery? Yeah, I know you can. You can always buy the thermalware in the smelter areas, the refinery areas. Left of the bazaar. Hey, here it is. All right, rules of life. Here's the manifesto. The people's lives of Levski are dedicated to the creation and continual development of a truly egalitarian community where all sentients may feel safe and free to express ideas while supporting each other towards a communal goal of enlightened self-sufficiency. Visitors are expected to respect our beliefs and are encouraged to adopt them in their own life after they're gone. Even if you disagree with us, you will respect our right to life. Never denigrate others' views or ideals. We are all entitled to our own beliefs. Do not attempt to profit from, exploit, or instigate plans to deprive anyone of their goods or health. Do not pursue a UE agenda while in our community. Yeah. Agree to resolve conflicts in a non-violent manner. Agree to spend time, no matter how little, thinking about what you have done today to make the universe a better place. That is their manifesto right there. There are so many banger posts. Again, I'm going to go down here and show this because I'll be back. I'm in PTU, by the way. I'm not doing engineering yet because, like, I need to have groups of people to hang out and do engineering with, but I guess I can do it on my own, but I didn't receive these. First off, conflicts will be resolved peacefully, so we're not going to shoot. It's fine. But the more badass ones are, like, right here. I want that poster. I also want this poster. This is probably the coolest poster CIG's ever put in. I just need to find the file is the issue. I need to find these files in game and get them. I need these files in game, so I'll print these off. I will also put them... I'm gonna get an artist to do a new bar scene, and I'll put them in the fucking bar. Well, this one, where's the QV Planet Services? There's one over here somewhere.
Capsule now approaching station. Stand clear of disembarking passengers.
We only have a screenshot of the game. There are people who do dives into the game's code, who would have access to those images. You could find those in the Star Citizen code.
The capsule will be leaving the station momentarily.
It's just a pain in the ass. And it's also here too. Oh, fun fact. Here's a fun fact, chat. That gun right there is not a real gun, but you used to be able to go back, if you could clip through here, you could go back and equip that gun, and it would crash the entire server. That is the gun, the server crasher. It says Castak Arms on it too. Miles is in Levski. Not Levski, Lorville. He was never going to be in Levski forever. That was just kind of a temporary location for him.
Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
You can take away my spaceship. You can take away my space suit. You can even take away my space lasers. But you can never, ever take away my space game.
Yeah, I agree, Argo. We'll see. I don't think COG is going to do it. Because that's too much work on their end, but, you know, they fuck themselves.
N1GHTCOB just resubscribed for 45 months. 5
QV,
kids, 5 kids to feed.
45 months. Damn, Night Cobb. You're very important, Papa. Very impressed, Mr. Very pedestrian. This is your father. You're drinking night. Shots and cheers in chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. QV Planet Services is what Vix is talking about. There's not much lore that we know about it, honestly. They existed as a terraforming or mining company of some kind, and then they mined the system dry and left. Hey man, Otaku Fan Life. I'm gonna dance. I mean, my suggestion would be take the assets from Broken Moon and put them around a planet-like structure that we can't land on for Nyx 1 for at least a patch. So when they add in Nyx 1, they add in a temporary solution that you can't land on that's just there. And then the next patch that they actually release Nyx 1 in, you keep some of those structures in orbit, and then you change the Nyx 1 planet from being what it was before to the actual planet you want to do. Because those giant lasers, or just take the assets from Squadron that are terraformers and put them around there. Because they already have those assets in-game. Or in-game, in Squadron. Yeah, it'd be a kill box. People would complain, my immersion, but it's like, whatever, who gives a fuck? It's not, it's there to show, artistically show the transition, not there to be actual gameplay. And the advantage of that as well is you now have terraforming stations in the files optimized for the Star Citizen. And it would be like, what, 1 or 2 months in the game before you actually released it? But they're not gonna fucking do that. They're just gonna off-screen, oh, it's done now. It's too bad they couldn't do it phasing as WoW has. Like a player starting a mission wouldn't see the same phase as someone who has finished it. I am not a game developer. I don't know how difficult this would actually be, but I think it would be more fun if CIG built up to the point of the release of Nyx 1 through in-game events, where you had to gather a bunch of resources for Genesis terraforming and deliver it to a station over Nyx 1, which is a temporary sort of killboxy globe that exists. And the station is one of those terraforming stations where you just build a little, like, drop-off point. Then you could keep that station there in the aftermath as sort of a, or even not even terraforming station, just put a station. You keep that station in the aftermath over Nyx 1 as sort of the remnants, as the like, resupply station. It's just basically a station like we have in Stanton. And you can keep some of those terraforming stations around around Nyx 1 to show that it's been recently terraformed. Because we know in Squadron, they're still around several, at least one planet in the Squadron, in Odin. is the goddamn jump point? There it is. Becomes a genie point of Nyx 1. Every settled world needs an orbital. Exactly. Even if it's a wild world, it still needs a kind of like a what's it called? There's a couple of stations in Pyro that aren't actually orbiting the planet, but they're nearby the planet. Like Starlight, I think, is one of those. And Gaslight is another one. Starbright and Gaslight. I'd imagine Miles would likely be in Sherman, yes. It's gonna be funny when an off-screen event removes Gaslight and they keep the marker there. I would have so much more for respect for CIG if they did shit like that. That's the kind of shit actual game developers would do. Sorry, Corsair. So why go Drake? I'm just comfortable with it. I like Drake too. That was ominous for a moment. Is checkmates like that too? Well, I like the fact that they've changed the color of Nyx to green. I'd still prefer it to be a purple. Like the jump tone. That was an asteroid right there. Are we doing share? Obviously not. Obviously not. What are you talking about? There's only one Drake ship that I've ever wanted, and it's because it carries all of my other ships. That's a lie. It carries some of my other ships. We're talking about the Kraken.
Please proceed to assigned landing bay.
Oh yeah, I forgot, it's the monthly report as well. We have a weird office hours on Monday. It's the first real office hours on Monday. I guess we did last Monday as well. This is gonna be the first time I do office hours. Nope.
Engines offline.
Yeah. Fire, fire, fire. Perfect. Perfect testing. Well, where's my, What? There's fire right here.
I'm sorry. Due to inactivity, we have been forced to assign your landing zone to another customer.
All right, I'll be right back, chat. This is fine. Yeah. All right, be right back. Came out Monday or Wednesday. Came out this Wednesday.
Weapons free, y'all.
Barcelona! Barcelona! Genesis? Barcelona! 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 Genesis!
Weapons free, y'all.
I'm just an old-fashioned cowboy.
Two words. Distress bacon.
I'm Fly. I'm Pilot.
Good news, everyone! Barcelona! Barcelona!
Stand by for Titanfall.
I love democracy.
Hello.
Barcelona! Barcelona!
Stop it, chat. Oh, get some help. Gosh, I am just stacking up.
Mission complete.
I don't need help, I need alcohol. Engineer. So we got about 15 minutes left anyways, so. Yeah, there was supposed to be a monthly, there was a monthly report. Let me double check, because someone was mentioning a monthly report, which I was surprised about, for November, because typically they don't do monthly reports towards the end of the year.
You can take away my spaceship. You can take away my space suit. You can even take away my space lasers. But you can never, ever take away my space game.
They didn't do a monthly report. Okay, so there's no monthly report. Good. I thought someone mentioned something about monthly report. This is roadmap roundup. Oh shit.
Shinobi Trip _ just resubscribed for 34 months. Morning all 07.
I didn't have my ears on, so I didn't hear it. Thank you, Shinobi, for that 34 months. Paul, I have a question that's pretty much entirely hypothetical. Do you think scanning and exploration will be a requirement for people so they can find bases that people randomly built in the middle of bumfuck nowhere outside of the edge of the system, like Stanton or Levski? Or will CIG let people do that kind of stuff? I mean, to a degree, yes. My guess is there's going to be a couple of things. One, people can probably build beacons which will give you a quantum marker to the location, which will give you precise jump coordinates to the location. So you can just lock onto the quantum beacon and get there really quickly. Or you can choose not to build a quantum beacon, and then you have to kind of memorize where you are and jump vaguely to that direction. As long as you have like your information down. No, I don't think we'll have private quantum beacons. Only because I think that's more work, and I'm not saying CIG is lazy. I'm saying they're efficient with their resources, and that feels like something that would take a lot of time and effort to not give them the same thing. Because you got to remember that quantum boost will be a thing. So as long as you have a vague marker that you can put on a map, and then you can quantum boost towards that marker, there's no reason for a quantum beacon. Well, remember the idea to make and share map markers? I think it's still a plan. They just don't have the scanning technology in the game yet to be able to allow for that sort of thing. That team's still working on stuff. It's just scanning. We just don't know what the fuck is up with scanning and why CIG hasn't done it. My guess is, quite honestly, is that CIG basically did not want to put anything into the game this year because they wanted to focus on stability. They basically didn't want to add anything to the game that would create a 318. So while shit did get bad, nothing has ever really like fucked over the game entirely. And we got a roundup. That's about it. Turn this off. Would they need to have a scanning function mostly done before the release of Squadron 42? Scanning function is done in Squadron 42. It's not available in Star Citizen because there's more than just scanning in that you need. You need to also account for online nature of Star Citizen. So, like, another thing that was mentioned before, that's actually finally confirmed by the devs. I don't remember exactly where. I'd have to look it up. But which is that Squadron 42 is going to have a different flight model than Star Citizen, which it should have had anyways. Squadron and Star Citizen are two different games. Yeah, they're in the same universe and they should be similar, but the way that the game plays for Star Citizen is always going to evolve compared to Squadron, because Squadron's going to have a release date. Saw that on Reddit. Personal scanning was working. They have the personal scanning bars in your HUD for 4.5. I think scanning and markers are coming. Just makes sense for exploration with random spawning POIs and resource nodes with huge planets. It's going to happen at some point. It's just a matter of when. Is there a way I can tell from scanning a ship with a mass of an asteroid so I can tell my friends the sort of ship to bring? I don't know. We have no idea about what's going on.
Low_tep $50.
Holy shit!
Happy holidays to you and fam Paul.
Thank you so much for that $50 there, Lotep. You're a very important public, very impressive Princess Rating pedestrian. You rock. Shots and cheers. Happy holidays to you too. It doesn't work in 4.5. It's a bug in AC if you leave the ship seat. Okay. I mean, right now, but yeah, scanning eventually. We have no idea how scanning's going to work because they haven't said shit about it. They mentioned that they're going to do it, and they showed a little bit off about personal scanning, but like everything else is a complete fucking mystery. The reality is CIG has been insanely vague about a topic that I've grown to believe is my most important feature in the game. It's the thing I'm waiting for the most. Paul, this is a Honda Days household. Fuck you. You can take Festivus from my cold dead hands. I will stop the war on Christmas when Christmas stops encroaching on Halloween and Thanksgiving territory. Fine, Toyota-thon. Paul's most important feature, Cal Mason. He's not a feature. He's content. One game you're the hero, the other you're a cog. You're both the cog, pretty much. I mean, both. Was scanning a 1.0 feature, or was it not on that list? I forgot. I don't think it's on the list, because scanning is technically in the game, just like bounty hunting is. So I don't think bounty hunting is there either.
Spaceship. You can take away my space suit. You can even take away my space lasers. But you can never, ever take away my space game.
Viking20 just resubscribed for 2 months.
Thank you so much for that 2 months of support there, Viking 2.20. You're a very important part. We're very impressed with any pedestrian. This is your father return drinking night. Shots and cheers in chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. I'm going over the list right now. I don't see anything. They do. It's there. It says vehicle scanning, vehicle radar and scanning rework. Reworking vehicle radar and scanning for all vehicles. and then FPS radar and scanning. That's all. That's in 1.0. No, I get social tools are important. But scanning is like vital for basic gameplay. Without scanning, you don't get smuggling, you don't get bounty hunting, you don't get exploration, you don't get enhanced combat. Probably not even base building. Like, what's the point of social tools if you can't use your social tools to like tell people where shit are? That kind of thing. What's on the table today? Who's on the table or what's on the table? Because what we're going to talk about is the movies that inspired Star Citizen, movies and television shows that inspired the Star Citizen universe, based off a statement that they made in one of the Squad 42 trailers, which is that Squad 42 is a love letter to 80s science fiction, the classic 80s science fiction. So we'll talk about the various movies and stuff like that that we think are the most important. But who's on it is Fast Cart, Griffin Gaming RPG, and Night Cobb, and I. Lol, I just had an NPC bounty suicide into the ground rather than be shot down. That happens sometimes. In the future, you'll have to actually go down and grab their dead body.
You can take away my space suit. You can even take away my space lasers.
No pew-pews.
But you can never, ever take away my space game.
Valicid just resubscribed for 20 months.
Thank you so much, Falicith. For 20 months of support, you're very important, Papa, very impressive, Mr. Very pedestrian. This your fault. There's been drinking out. Shots and cheers in chat, y'all. Shots and cheers. Like, one of the things I'm going to bring up is Ridley Scott. Chris Roberts wants to be Ridley Scott. It's not just a theory or anything like that. He went so far as to hire a composer who worked with Hans Zimmer, who was trained by Hans Zimmer, who is a frequent collaborator with Ridley Scott. Yeah, it's a roadmap roundup. I thought someone mentioned a monthly report on one of the Discord, but then I went and I couldn't find it. Usually we don't have a monthly roundup for November, December, November, December. That usually comes around in January for both those months. I mean, look at his repertoire though, right? You've got Alien in 1979, Blade Runner in 1982. Trying to think of the other ones that are super important in terms of influencing Chris Roberts. Prometheus is an easy one because like Prometheus was a huge inspiration for CIG, for Chris Roberts in general. Reason why it's called robertspaceindustries.com and not SpaceStarCitizen.com or CloudImperiumGames.com is because he wanted to mimic the Wayland Yutani website from the Prometheus promo. They're taking a huge amount from Alien, the Alien franchise, and from Blade Runner. Yep. Star Wars, Star Trek, Aliens, Halo, Starship Troopers, Final Fantasy. Yeah. I think Chris Roberts is not the only person who works on the game, obviously. So you can probably almost certainly take Battlestar Galactica, even though that's not a movie, the television show. A lot of the community's influence on Star Citizen stems from Firefly. So our theming of things called like the Black and the Verse, or the words we've used, have become adopted by the in-fiction characters in Star Citizen. Those were both heavily used. They're used by a lot of different franchises, but like I think Firefly is the one who uses them the most frequently. It had a pilot length movie. I'd argue Buck Rogers gave him the bit once upon a time too. Obviously, yeah. Star Wars is clearly the main inspiration, but then he got huge into Alien and Aliens. Now, as far as I can tell, Chris Roberts is not a fan of anime and mecha, despite my insistence that there is nothing more 80s science fiction, especially cyberpunk 80s science fiction, than giant stomping robots. I watched Alien and Aliens, okay? I watched both of them while I was sick. And my opinion still has not changed. They're fine. Apone is the role model for all. I mean, Aliens is the most influential science fiction movie in video games ever. Followed closely after by Starship Troopers. Halo itself is just an Aliens video game. But it's done by Bungie. And we're not talking about modern Bungie. We're talking about dropping too much LSD in Chicago Bungie. Fucking esoteric references to the Two Lives of Charlemagne Bungie. Philosophical discussions on the nature of human existence and mental capacities. Bungie. Fucking Marathon Infinity. Bungie. Marathon Bungie? The modern world ain't ready for that. Original Marathon. Aliens is a huge influence, and not just on Western video games, but I know it's a huge influence in just pretty much all over the planet. As much as I'm just kind of like, nah, like Sergeant Apone is Sergeant Johnson is Sergeant Apone, like hands down. But like I think Predator was after Aliens. Yeah, it was. It's 1987. Like, I don't think we get Predator without aliens. Yes, I was there when Siege on Orson happened. It's not visible. No, it's not. It's not. You can't visit it anymore. Predator 2 had an Easter egg in it. Predator 1 didn't. Predator 2 had a xenomorph skull in the as one of the trophies. Predator 2 was like 91. Aliens was 82 is what I looked at it. Or 83. '86. It was 86. Yeah, you're right. Because the original Alien was 1979. Oh, 82, I was thinking was Blade Runner. Blade Runner is 82. Was Alien a science fiction movie or a horror movie, though? Yes. It created science fiction horror in the modern era. Just like Predator was an action horror. It started out as an action movie, and the more you went through, you realized it was a horror movie. It was actually a slasher movie. Arnie was the final girl, yeah. Aliens was an action horror mix. Yeah, Aliens was an action horror movie versus science fiction. There wasn't a lot of sci-fi in Aliens. It existed. It was sort of the backdrop, though, because it was really a Vietnam movie. Same with Predator. Predator was a Vietnam movie. Like even though it wasn't in Vietnam, it was in South America. Like Predator and Aliens are both movies about Vietnam. All right. I'm going to get set up. We'll be right back, chat. Don't go anywhere. Those of you on YouTube, once we do this, we'll do a swap over towards the start of the other stream, and should automatically pull you over. If you don't, go to the Captain's Table, youtube.com/@the-Captain's-Table-podcast/live, and that'll pull you right there. Hold on.